This is Jeremy Windemaller, trial manager here at Walters Gardens, and today we're going to talk about Amsonia. Amsonia is a native landscape plant to the Midwest, and it's very long-lived. It makes a wonderful plant in landscaping. Some varieties give you a lot of fall color too as the plant starts going dormant. Walters Gardens offers Amsonia in two different sizes. We offer our grade 1 bare root plants as well as a 72 count plug. Now the grade 1 bare root plants are good for a quick turn spring crop with an average finish time of around 6 to 8 weeks. And those are best put into a trade 1 gallon container. Planting option I prefer as a grower would be to utilize the 72 count plug in late spring to early summer, potting those directly outdoors, one per pot into a full 1 gallon container, and then growing those on for the summer, allowing them to go dormant for the winter months. And then in the spring you can force a nice full looking pot like this. So there's well over 15 to 20 stems in each of these containers. So that's how you get a nice full flowering plant like you see here. So as far as planting that 72 count plug, they're planted a little bit different from most perennials, where these like to be planted slightly on the deeper side. So when you receive that 72 count plug and you're putting it into the container, you want to bury the top of that plug about a ½ inch below the soil line. And what that does is it helps promote better eye development for the following season. As far as the bare root goes, you want to plant the eyes slightly below the soil line, and you can trim the roots lightly if necessary to fit the container, but for the most part you shouldn't have to. Amsonia like to be grown and forced slightly cool, so you're looking at around 55 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit. But like the 72 count plugs that you plant in the late spring, early summer, they're going to just be grown outdoors under normal temperatures or in a greenhouse under normal temperatures. Amsonia can also be held at a cooler temperature of 40 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit if the plants are pushing along too fast. Soil pH should be around 5.6 to 6.2 with an EC reading of 2 to 3 using the pour-through method. In fertility, these are not real heavy feeders, so around 50 to 100 parts per million nitrogen at a constant liquid feed works well, or a light to moderate rate using a controlled release fertilizer. Amsonia do benefit from vernalization is required, so around 10 to 12 weeks of temperatures below 40 degrees Fahrenheit is best to help give you a good vigorous plant with a lot of flowers the following spring. As far as moisture goes, you want to use a well-drained commercial media that has pine bark, perlite, and peat in there. The peat gives a little bit of moisture retention, but if you're doing a lot of overhead irrigation, you're better off having something with sharper drainage, as Amsonia do not like to be wet for a prolonged period of time. And as far as PGRs go, we have some recommendations on our cultural sheets on our Walters Gardens website, so be sure to visit that. But in general, we here at Walters Gardens use Sumagic or Uniconazole as a spray, 5 parts per million, or you can use it as a drench at 1 part per million. And you want to apply that when the plant is roughly 2 to 3 inches in height. Don't wait too long before the plant's too tall to apply it. As far as pests and diseases go, Amsonia are very tough plants, really do not have much pest or disease issues at all. As I mentioned, just make sure the plants are not sitting wet for too long, because crown and root rots can set in. But other than that, just scout once in a while. You may see some aphids on there, but otherwise they're very, very easy to care for. And this is Jeremy Windemaller with Walters Gardens, and I hope you enjoyed this video on Amsonia.